Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. Here we bring you the latest developments from India's unexplored Northeast region. Friends, it is that time of the year again when the festive fervor grips the entire Northeast region. Seasons come and seasons go, but this is the best season for our Northeastern brothers and sisters. Along with the December chill comes the cheer leading up to the new year. Today in the Northeast Diary, we will take you to Nagaland, Mizoram, Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh to look at how each state celebrated Christmas in their own unique way. We will also talk about a key center for pilgrimage tourism in Sikkim, the Tathagat Sal. Christmas is again upon us, and people around the world are busy with their preparations to welcome the birth of Jesus Christ.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Christmas is a time for family reunions, for family bonding, renewing friendships, exchanging gifts, and going on holidays. Christians around the world celebrate Christmas in different ways, following their beliefs and their traditions. Christmas is a time to celebrate. Foremost is the celebration of the birth of Jesus. It is meant to bring a message of peace and hope. Over the years, it has become much more than just the celebration of Jesus Christ's birth. Now, it is seen to embody the spirit of giving and affection that one carries along with them for the rest of the year, and is also celebrated by people across faiths. In Nagaland, decorative lights dazzle the homes and streets of the towns and villages at this time of the year. Communities have come together in illuminating their streets with varieties of decorations and Christmas trees. Let's go over to our Kohima correspondent who shares the joy with our listeners.
Christmas in Nagaland has always been celebrated in a solemn and traditional way. Netizens attend special Christmas services in the churches and partake in Christmas feasts. Each year, families get together, some visit their friends and indulge in memorable parties to celebrate the festive season, or some share the gift of love by visiting the less privileged.
On the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
After the rough year that 2020 have been, we are all looking forward to the most wonderful time of the year when people across the world come together to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ on December 25. Let's hear it from people on how they are spending their Christmas.
My name is Madeline Ambrosia and I'm a resident of Kohima town. Well, Christmas for me is the best time of the year. Despite the cold winter season, it's actually the warmest time, packed with so much of love and joy. So this Christmas, I plan to visit my village in Zadima, which is about 30 kilometers away from Kohima town. It's going to be a house full, and I'm so excited to spend time with my family and catch up with my near and dear ones back in the village. From lighting up our homes with Christmas decors to exchanging gifts and sharing good food, there's going to be so much happening around this time. Well, of course, the most important part will be attending church services and singing in the choir, which I'm actually very fond of. But all in all, it's a grace-filled season, and the joy of Christmas always overflows, so I hope to spread love and share blessings to the people around me this Christmas. So from my heart to yours, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.
Hello, my name is Widek Ronaro. I just came back from Kuwait, and Nagaland is changing like anything, and I'm so excited to spend my Christmas with my family. That's my priority, to spend time with my family and with my relatives and loved ones. So I don't really have much planned, but to stay with them, connect with them, since it's been 2 years. I haven't been home due to the pandemic thing. Lots of things have changed, but yeah, I'm grateful that my family, my friends are there, and I'm excited, looking forward to spend this special Christmas with my friends and families here.
Hi, this is Agnes. Greetings of peace, joy, and love to you all. First of all, I am so excited to celebrate Christmas with my only single parent who yearns and marks for this special event all throughout this year. This year, I am planning to be the standard pillar as a merrymaker, a cheerleader this Christmas Eve. Also to create a fun Christmas craftiness for the kids. And I am also planning to pay a visit to see the Christmas lights and decorations in other churches with my mom. And one of the utmost significant concept of Christmas is to allow Christ to be born in our heart. So therefore, I am planning to renew and reborn my heart this Christmas. Wishing you Merry Christmas.
Celebrating Christmas has always been close to the heart of the people. Even with the ongoing pandemic and the new strain, the festival of Christmas brings joy and hopefulness along with it. The celebration might have to be kept at a minimum, and large gatherings may seem next to impossible, but these difficulties can scarcely dampen the spirit of the festive season. For Northeast Diary, this is Asonyo from AIR News, Kohima.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
In the Christian-dominated state of Mizoram, people are already gripped by the festive mood for celebrating a Merry Christmas. This time, the hope is all pervasive that the festivities would not be marred like last year due to the COVID pandemic. However, as the pandemic is not over and health restrictions are also in force, people are gearing up to celebrate Christmas, taking all precautionary measures. For more details, let us go over to our Aizawl correspondent.
The religious spirit of Christmas has filled every nook and corner of the state since the last few days. People working in other states have come back to their homes to enjoy the reunion with families during Christmas. From the past few days, the streets have been filled with illumination, colorful lighting, and decoration. Markets wear a vibrant look, and the shopping spree has peaked up. Buyers are found thronging the city shops to buy Christmas gifts and accessories. However, as the COVID-19 casts a shadow of fear, everyone in public places is found following COVID-appropriate behavior by wearing masks, keeping physical distance with use of hand sanitizers. In fact, Christmas celebrations in churches are likely to be held in low spirit with limited gathering. Many churches in urban areas will not hold mass singing due to the pandemic. However, youth fellowship groups of different churches are taking out Christmas carols in the streets every day in the evening. Talking to AIR News, the moderator of Mizoram Presbyterian Synod, Reverend Dr. Vanelkha Karalte, said, Christmas is the occasion of joy, love, and peace. Wishing people on this auspicious occasion, he appealed to all to celebrate Christmas while following health guidelines.
Greetings to you all in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So on this occasion, I'd like to request the whole nation to join the celebration of Christmas in the spirit of joy, peace, and love. And as Christmas is a day and also occasion of joy and peace, usually is celebrated with festivities. But due to COVID-19 pandemic, many aspects of festivities may not be able to take place, but the Christian communities in India would try to celebrate as joyful and as graceful they can. So I wish and pray that for all the Christian communities and all the faith communities of the nation, this particular Christmas 2021 also will be a time of great celebration of the love of God.
According to church elders, people will go to church on Christmas Day. Sermons will also be delivered, but choirs will remain silent. delivering Christmas gifts of winter clothes and materials to the people of above 80 years old will also be made. They said the big feasts or community feasts that people look forward to on Christmas time will not be held. However, charity events to help the needy are being held by many organizations through online mode and transactions. For Northeast Diary with Subhashis Chanda, this is Irene from Aizawl.
On Christmas, people around the world celebrated the festival with fervor and gaiety. In the midst of the new variant of COVID, authorities made arrangements to celebrate Christmas and New Year cautiously. Meghalaya government and its citizens have put their earnest efforts to curb the spread of the disease to a large extent so that revelers can enjoy the season while still being safe.
As majority of Meghalaya citizens are Christians, Christmas is one of their largest festivals here. For many years, faithful Christians have been celebrating Christmas in its most magnificent manner. For 2 years in a row, thanks to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the celebrations will have to be celebrated in a different manner. Given the present COVID-19 scenario, though active cases are declining, the state government have requested its people to not let their guards down. They have urged the people to adhere to the preventive measures such as maintaining physical distance of 5 feet, use of face masks, frequent hand washing with soaps, besides other. The parish priest of the Cathedral Church of Mary Help of Christians, Ladumkra Shillong, Father Pascal Lingdo, has maintained that all protocols laid down by the health department are followed during church service and the same will be done during the Christmas celebrations. He added that devotees are encouraged to come to the church wearing masks and maintain social distance. Thermal scanning and hand sanitizers are placed at the entrance of the church. He said that during such hard times, we need more faith and to believe that God will help each and every one of us.
During this coming Christmas, it will not be like any other time in which the carols will be there, in which this Hawaii Christmas or the Christmas meal, which we all come together in one place and usually cook together and eat together to show our brotherly, sisterly love. That will not be possible this time, but the church services remained as usual. When we give glory to God, then we will have peace. If we are not God-fearing, we don't care about our own people. Be it a priest or be it a politician, be it a social worker, if we don't have peace in ourselves, I think we will be so selfish that we will see only what our needs. So the message is that we should desire peace, whatever profession we have, and we should give peace, and we should pray that we will be the agent of peace. Just as Francis Assisi said, prayed, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace.
Unlike yesteryears, Christmas celebrations will definitely be different this year too. Despite the difference in looks of the celebration, the spiritual meaning and the festive mood is high among the faithful. This is Rusam for Northeast Diary from AIR News Shillong.
In Arunachal Pradesh, the Christian community celebrated a grand Christmas. Our Itanagar correspondent gives us the details.
In Arunachal Pradesh, a significant size of the population is Christian, and this year, post-lockdown, people are preparing to celebrate Christmas in a grand way. Lots of activities like cultural and sporting events are being organized by the Christian community across the state. Reverend Bigot Doke, pastor, Galo Baptist Church, Nahallagan, has informed that people are showing great enthusiasm in the preparation for celebrating the birthday of Lord Jesus Christ.
This year, after the fall in COVID cases, the preparation is in full swing for a celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ in a more and grand way. We have been organizing cultural programs, literary programs, games and sports activities in our church and across the 3,000 churches in Arunachal Pradesh. We have already completed carol programs successfully, where the good news of the birth of Jesus Christ was shared among the believers. Gift exchanges, singing and dancing, and merrymaking were the part of the carol. We are planning to make this year Christmas more blessed, joyous, memorable, and historic, with plenty of interesting and delightful church-related activities. And Christmas feast will be held on 24th and 25th December 2021.
In the capital city Itanagar, it is delightful to see the pre-Christmas atmosphere with people decorating their houses with beautiful and colorful lights, people thronging into shopping malls, buying new clothes and gifts for their dear ones. This is the first Christmas post-COVID lockdown, and the Christmas spirit is very high among the Christian community in Arunachal Pradesh. For Northeast Diary, this is Rakesh Tole, AR News, Itanagar.
Ravangla's Buddha Park, also known as Tathagat Sthal, is among the key centers of pilgrimage tourism and a top tourist attraction in South Sikkim. Our Sikkim correspondent takes us through this tourist place and tells us more about its relevance.
Buddha Park or Tathagata Sthal was constructed between 2006 and 2013 and hosts an over 130 feet statue of the Buddha, which is the site's centerpiece. The statue was consecrated on 25th March 2013 by the 14th Dalai Lama, and Buddha Park found a spot on the Himalayan Buddhist circuit. The Buddha statue also marks the occasion of the 2550th birth anniversary of Gautama Buddha. The life of Buddha is depicted in two different manners in a gallery built in spirals. Officer on special duty at Buddha Park, Chiten Bhutia, speaks about the design and significance of Tathagata Sthal.
Buddha Park is situated at Ravangla, South Sikkim. The main attractions of Buddha Park is the statue of Buddha, which is 137 feet. It was started to build in the year 2007 and completed in the year 2013. As per Buddhist mythology, it is said as Chelung Telsum, which means three gods. Left side Guru Rinpoche, in the middle Buddha, and in the right Chenrezig. So while making a statue of three gods in the state of Sikkim, the statue of Buddha was made in this place. Except this reason, there was no any historical background behind this place. It was just for tourist pilgrimage. The government tried to give the mythological value to the statue by bringing ring shell, means relic of Buddha, from 13 countries and kept inside the hall, so that pilgrimage may get blessing. In the forehead of the statue, a diamond is pasted. All the body parts of the statue was gold coated. Just below the statue, lotus throne was made. Inside the statue, a big hall is there. The small statue of Buddha was made in the central part of the hall, and it is surrounded by ring shell, that means relics of Buddha. The ring shell, the relic of Buddha, was taken out 3 times in a year, especially in Buddhist festival for public darshan or to show it to public. In the 4 corner of the wall, the painting of 4 sects of Buddhism was made, that is Kagikpa, Nyingmapa, Gelugpa and Sakyapa. In the staircase, the painting of Gandhara and Tibetan arts was made to understand the 109 lives of Buddha by general public. The statue is surrounded by beautiful scenery. In the back side of the statue, we see Mount Narsing and Jammu, and in the front side, it is covered by Manamla Wildlife Sanctuary. The congregation hall forms the half of the yin-yang arrangement in the landscape zone of the Tathagata Sthal. It is a place for interaction between the pilgrimage and the teachers of Buddhism for seminar and sermons. True to its function as a vessel for gathering, it lies between the worldly and spiritually in the landscape zone, where the heft of each member is balanced on the other side by the playful lightness of the water fountain.
The park also hosts a Buddhist conclave and a museum and meditation center. With Saikat Sarkar, this is Namo Dikshit for Northeast Diary from Sikkim.
The Election Commission of India is going to conduct elections to the legislative assemblies of some states next year, including Manipur. The Office of Chief Electoral Officer of Manipur has been taking up various activities in the state to hold the forthcoming assembly elections in a free and fair manner. Let us hear more from our Imphal correspondent J.J. Thokchom on the preparations going on for this.
The election to the 60 seats Manipur State Legislative Assembly will be held next year, and the Office of the Chief Electoral Officer, CEO of Manipur, has been taking up various activities in the state for conducting the election smoothly. The Office of CEO Manipur has decided to dispose all claims and objections on special summary revision by 28th of this month, and the final electoral roll will be published on 5th January. The first level checking of M3 EVM completed for all the districts and VVPAT checking will commence from next week. EVM demonstration centers have been set up in offices of DEOs, ROs, and demonstration vans will also be launched very soon. The CEO of Manipur, Rajesh Agrawal, said that the officials to be involved in the election have been trained and 3 rounds of meetings have been held with recognized political parties functioning in Manipur. Political parties have also been informed on the requirement of publication of criminal antecedents of candidates in newspaper and television on 3 different occasions, Sri Agrawal said.
The ballot unit, control unit, VVPATs, all have arrived in Manipur. They are in strong room. Their FLC, which was started in the month of November, has been completed, and we have the requisite number of EVMs with us now. The training of all the returning officers and assistant returning officers have been completed. So all the ROs, AE-ROs have to undergo an exam conducted by ECI to ensure that they are well prepared to conduct the polls. We have also identified 6 expenditure-sensitive constituencies in the state, and same has been notified to Election Commission of India. Further, sector officers and sector police officers have also been appointed and trained. Currently, they are visiting various polling stations to identify the vulnerable locations and vulnerable voter segments. For conduct of polls, the vehicle requirements have also been worked out, and it is estimated that we will require a total of 6,588 vehicles. Election Commission has got detailed guidelines to conduct polls during COVID situations. We have requested political parties to support and ensure that COVID protocol is followed.
The intended candidates for the forthcoming general election have also mounted political campaigns to woo the voters, and the state witness the aggressive electioneering these days. This is J.J. Thokchom from Imphal for Northeast Diary.
In our Personality of the Week section, we bring to you an interview with Debashish Sarma, Commissioner, Guwahati Municipal Corporation, on various citizen-friendly initiatives. The interview is by our Guwahati correspondent, Manas Pratim Sarma.
Good evening to all the listeners of Northeast Diary. This evening we are joined by the Commissioner of Guwahati Municipal Corporation, Mr. Debashish Sarma. Debashish Da, welcome to this episode of Northeast Diary.
Thank you very much, and good evening to all.
Okay, it's almost 6 months that you have taken charge as the Commissioner of Guwahati Municipal Corporation. Would you please tell us what are the initiatives that have been taken by you so far for the benefit of the citizens, or the things that you are going to implement in Guwahati? Would you please tell us?
Well, first of all, what we have done is to have clearly identified the burning issues related to the city of Guwahati. And you see, at this point in time, it would be very wrong to equate ourselves, with the cities which are performing very well in terms of, municipal administration and in terms of offering the facilities so far as municipal administration is concerned. So here, the very first thing was to be very, very absolutely grounded and, take one thing at a time. And the burning issues which we have at this moment are to provide, clear drinking water to the people. And when I say clear drinking water, it is we supply water to around 25% of the people of Guwahati. And we are in the process of handing it over to the Jal Board, a very, very, ambitious project of the government of Assam initiated by the Honorable Chief Minister. And within 2 years' time, the whole of Guwahati would have a network of pipelines which would be in a position to provide a water connection to every citizen or every home unfolding in Guwahati. But having said that, we also have to keep in mind that this 2 years we have to keep the process on, and those 25% need not suffer. Secondly, we have this perennial problem of flash floods in the country, urban floods in the country, as a result of which, especially during the rainy seasons, our people face, the citizens of Guwahati, they face a lot of problems. Here, what we need to do is we have taken an initiative of very scientifically managed desiltation process. We have brought in super suckers. These are machines. These are units. One unit consists of 3 vehicles, one with the super sucker unit and the jet unit. The super suckers would be sucking in all the sludge from all the drains, and the super jet unit would be, it is a very strong jet, water jet, which is sent, which goes and hits the areas which are totally blocked by sludge, by hardened sludge. So that would help us a lot. And, a very citizen-friendly initiative regarding this is that now our Safai Mitras, the people who the frontline workers in the streets, would not have to get into those drains wearing gumboots and, risking their lives. It will, to a great extent, it will be done by those pipes. But having said that, it does not mean that all the time, all the drains can be cleaned with super suckers. So this is one. Along with that, we are trying to mechanize the entire desiltation process in the city, and this would go on for at least 7 months till the rains arrive. Initially, we used to do it for 2 to 3 months. Now it would go on for a longer period of time, and the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, and along with the Departmental Minister, Mr. Ashok Singhal, sir, they have taken a personal initiative. They are out on the streets too. So this gives a lot of boost to the field workers, having, getting to see the leaders right on the streets and, trying to share their thoughts and, listening to their problems. So this is regarding flash floods. Secondly, the garbage management. And the most important thing, which, really needs to be mentioned is we are coming out with a scientific garbage management plan in the city, going by the directions of the Government of India, Swachh Bharat Mission 02. We have planned, we have been given clear-cut instructions that there's no more will there be any landfills in the country. The concept of landfills have to go. So here, we have identified a plot of land in Belortol. So Belortol would be treated, will be taken up as a scientifically managed garbage treatment plant. We are yet to take a decision on whether it would be a biomethanation plant or an incineration plant. But then the process is on, and we'll further augment the process of door-to-door collection and segregation at source. And fourthly, and finally, keeping all the street lights of Guwahati on. The process has started. And out of, the entire network of street lights which cover Guwahati city, around 70% has already been covered. And the Honorable Chief Minister in our last meeting has given us a mandate that the entire city should be lit up within the next 2 months. And out of that 2 months, 15 days are already gone. Things are being taken up on a war footing. And I'm sure, we are working towards that. But at the same time, having said all this, it is very important for me to also reiterate at the same time that, yes, indeed, efforts are on, but it would be very wrong to say it is the efforts and all the planning have started since the last, we joined and the new team has taken over. It's been 6 months. So we do not promise anything at the moment. All we can say is that our sincere efforts will be on. Within a year's time, to make tall and big claims, it would be very wrong. But then I'm sure everything begins with a very positive approach, which is there. The team is energized. The team is, very enthusiastic to work. And I'm sure we should be able to, go ahead with the plan. And if the plans which have been made at the moment, very grounded plans, I do agree. You do not see anything very, very compared to the rest of the very advanced cities in India. You may not see that. But then you always begin with a few steps. And at the same time, I would also like to thank my predecessors who have done wonderful work. We are, building up on the base which they have created. There's nothing new about it, but then it is being thought of scientifically in a slightly different manner with advisors who have been brought in from different parts of the country. And I'm sure it's going to bear good results. Thank you.
With that, we have come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. We wish all our listeners a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and hope that the spirit of Christmas infuses everyone with good health and positivity. Do join us next week to hear more stories from this enchanting part of India. Bye-bye.